I'm gonna say is before you pass, just listen to what I have to say before you like form your opinion. So I'm sure, as you can see from the title of the video, that this is basically about, is sea moss gel really good in the fridge for 2 to 3 weeks like they say? I've been consuming sea moss gel for about 2 years at this point, and the way most people will tell you is, you know, you just put it in a glass jar and then you put it in the back of your fridge and it's good for like 2 to 3 weeks. And that is pretty much true from experience. After like the 3rd week or so, it'll start to smell and you know it's time to throw it out. So the other day I was making apple ginger juice, and the apples and the ginger had been in the fridge for like a minute, like 2 weeks at least, maybe longer. So I'm cutting up the apples and I'm cutting up the ginger, and you know how usually, especially with ginger, it's very fragrant. So as you chop it up, you should smell it, you know, as you're cutting it up. And the same goes for the apples, you know, or any fruit that you cut into when you're, you know, whatever. But I didn't smell anything from either one, so I'm just kind of like, well, what's wrong with them? You know, so I'm picking it up and I'm smelling it, and it has a faint smell, but it wasn't very strong. So it made me think that even though something hasn't gone bad, like molded, or it stinks, it's still not at its most optimum level. Like, it probably has lost some of its vitality by that point, because I mean, like they say, as soon as you pick a fruit or vegetable or whatever from off the tree, the plant or whatever, it loses some of its vitality. So they say it's best that you pick it and you eat it right away. And y'all know how most of our food is imported, China, Mexico, wherever. Most of our stuff isn't really local when you go to the grocery store. So by the time you buy it from the grocery store, it might be at like 50% vitality at that point. So then you buy it and then you bring it home and then you put it in your fridge, you might be like 30. And then by the time you let it sit in there for weeks, it's pretty much dead at this point. Like, so it made me think, is your sea moss gel really good for 2 to 3 weeks? You know, it may be good in the sense that it didn't go bad, it's not moldy, but does it have any vitality? Does it have any minerals? Does it have any nutrients to give you? At this point, it's kind of like you're just consuming a dead food, because it has no electricity. It has no electricity to give to you. You're just eating it, but it's not really doing anything for you. It's the same thing as like the whole ocean-grown sea moss. It may not necessarily do anything bad to you. It might, if it has a whole lot of salt on it. It might necessarily do anything bad to you, but it's not doing anything good for you either. So it made me think, like, on top of the fact that you just changed the molecular structure of the sea moss as well. It went from dry, then you soaked it, now it's wet, but then you chopped it up into a blender, into a fine gel. And on top of that, you added that with water. It's the same thing that goes with juices, and it goes with smoothies. Once you juice it, or you blend it all down in the blender, you change the molecular structure of the fruit. So it doesn't last as long in the fridge as compared to a whole fruit. Just like sea moss gel doesn't last as long as dry sea moss either, even though, you know, of course it's combined with water, which is what makes it go bad faster too. But so it just made me think, like, you probably should be consuming your sea moss gel within like 3 to 4 days, because like after that, it probably don't really have much to give you anymore at that point. Like, if you want to consume it at its highest form of electricity and vitality, you should probably make you enough that's only gonna last you 3 or 4 days, and then after that, maybe a week. I would give the most a week, and then after that, you know, you could keep consuming it if you make too much and you just don't want to throw it away. But is it really giving you anything anymore? You know, it just seems like dead food. So that's just my hypothesis. That's my theory. You know, I'm not a scientist. I can't prove that scientifically, but to me, it makes sense. You know, it's just like, it just makes sense to me. So let me know you guys' thoughts down below. You know, if you have any thoughts or opinion, if you agree or you disagree, you know, let's just have like a healthy discussion in the comments. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.